don't know if you know this, Danger.
Yeah.
Some people specifically only come to Broken Generation to hear what we've got to say on relationships.
Really? But we said before, we're literally like gurus.
That's what I'm saying to the people.
Like, we've lived such a vibrant life.
Vibrant's a good word.
Yeah.
Vibrant's a good word. Vibrant's a good word.
That, we're literally gurus.
Wow.
So, going on from that,
Talk the thing.
let's talk this next topic. So, a few days ago, you
I did, yeah. Go on.
put up a poll on the Insta which asked, is it wrong to talk to your ex while you're in a relationship? We know how it turned out, but what do you feel the general opinion was?
So I think the general opinion, would you want me to say yes or no answer?
Well, yeah, yes or no?
I think generally they said, is it right? They said, no, it's not right.
Okay, so you was very correct. 53% of voters said no, it's not wrong to talk to your ex while you're in a relationship.
So wait, 50 said no, it's not wrong?
Yeah, no, it's not wrong.
Oh, I thought they said, okay.
I think if we're going to talk about qualitative data,
Yeah.
I think a lot of those people that answered probably were males.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to release our statistics, but I assume a lot of those that answered were males, because there was a lot of standout female feedback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any standouts that you want to note?
So not personal, but just obviously people were saying, nope, it's disrespectful. You're an ex for a reason. The reason you didn't work out, so on. You know, obviously we didn't go into big conversations, but we encourage people's opinions back, because then it informs our conversation.
Of course it does.
There we go. So deeper than that, the reason why that question was asked is because going on to our relationship section. So there was a post made that said, my girlfriend refused to block her ex through the whole of our relationship, but blocked me the second we were done. Let's talk about that, my brother. Is that something you've experienced or something you've known or heard of?
That's a good. So I think I'm looking at the cameraman, just wondering, trying to gauge his thought patterns on this.
Okay.
I have been with a female.
Okay. I'm glad you've been with a female.
Just one, yeah. No, I have been in a situation the same where me and her weren't official.
Yeah.
So she was still having conversations with maybe somebody that she had been with previous to me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Let me just leave it there.
Just leave it there, yeah? Okay, just leave it there. So what is your opinion on that? So if it's not personal, like, do you think that's a problem, or is that just how things are?
So for me, it's got to be context. So who is your ex to you now? Like, if your ex to you is your BM, oh, she's the mother of my kids, then there's a context in which you still should have a relationship.
You love this context. Let's forget all that. You love this context. A lot of that is understandable. We're just
exactly.
Two single, no, they didn't have a mortgage together. They don't have a business. They don't have kids. They didn't share a dog.
Okay, no,
She doesn't still have a pair of his jeans. He doesn't have a hoodie. We're talking their ex. They're cut off. They've got no reason to communicate other than they used to be in a relationship.
So, the reason why I keep talking about context, because everything exists within a context. So, I think it's only right to say this. If you don't have it, like we were saying, if there is no preface to why you're still communicating, then the question is, why are you still communicating?
100%.
Does that make sense? If you are, for example, the reasons why you broke up was because you went to university, they went out of town, or you went out of town to university, and you broke up because long distance doesn't work.
Yep.
Then there may not be like a resolve to that relationship. So when you've finished your university degrees and you somehow end up in the same town again, and you're like, hey, what up? Like, you might be leaving that opportunity open.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense? Because if there was never an official closure to the relationship, then there's always going to be possibly a what if on one or the other side, and that's the reason why they don't completely delete that person. Yeah, unless you're viewing them as a totally different person. So like if you got into a relationship with somebody, but it was so long ago that you no longer see like a sexual attraction to them. You no longer see them as a potential mate. You might just completely be on a friendship level. Then I understand. Okay, yeah, look, you still got this person connected to you because you are literally just their friend. You don't see them in any way, shape, or form. You don't reminisce on good old times. You know what I mean? It's just okay. This is who this person is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So in those contexts, I understand why a person wouldn't delete that person out of their life. I'm not saying it's comfortable for their relationship. I'm not saying it's good for the relationship, but I'm just saying I can understand the reasonings behind it. Does that make sense?
So yeah, no, I get that. So then obviously there is context behind it. But then if you're the person that's blocked the second the relationship finishes, how you feeling now? Where's that leaving you?
Exactly. That's where you're like, hey, what?
Because like we're not talking like a couple of weeks. If we're talking, let's talk like a reasonable. What's reasonable here?
Okay, yeah.
Say they've been together a year.
Yeah.
You know, they split up. Goes to go on social media, message, block, disappeared. Yeah. Like, how are you feeling then, knowing what you just said, that you're able to have relationships with your exes?
Again, context. Because when you break up with somebody, if it's like a horrendous breakup, your immediate reaction is to either fucking burn the bridges, you know what I mean, and be like, yep, block, because there is the relationship Olympics that begins. Yeah. As soon as you break up with somebody, there's an Olympic race. Yeah, and it's not a 100-meter sprint. It's not a mile race. It's a triathlon. Who's going to be... Listen. It's going to be... Who's the first person to sleep with somebody else?
Oh, jeez.
The second race is who's gonna be in a relationship between the next person. But first. Why? The third race is who's going to get into an official with the next person. So whether it's a child or a wedding or an engagement. The race is on. Why? That's what happens. You break up with somebody and you're triathlon. Let's go. Who's winning?
I think I won mine. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa!
I didn't win all those races. I definitely didn't win all those races.
The race it's a triathlon. It's not a race. It's not finished until the end. Okay. The last race is won. So you may win 2 races. You may be in the lead for the first 2, but it depends on who's got the happily ever after.
Yeah. Who's got the long run?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know the long run until the long run finishes.
That's a fact. But and I say that humorously, but there is subconsciously a reality is who's going to move on next.
Yeah.
Who's going to move on the fastest. So for healthy reasons, you may delete that person immediately, block them immediately because you need your mind span to be on. 100%. Let me work on me and then let me figure out what's next. Rather than seeing, that person's in sexy fish. This person's gone Ibiza. This person's gone to Dubai. This one's gone to friggin' Mali. He's talking about going on a Mali trip. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to see them things.
Yeah.
So I get it. And then after a while, you may unblock that person, and then it may suffice after.
100. So to be fair, it may be that your relationship's going to be different.
Yeah.
So it may be that it hurts to see your new partner getting on with their life.
Yeah.
But like you said, your previous partner, you haven't really got no ties to.
Yeah.
So I guess when you look at it, the first thing I thought of, and probably a lot of people thought of, was the negative. And like we spoke about, but there may be not a positive, but it might be 2 negatives together to say, you know what, it's too much of a struggle to see you living your life. So I'm going to block you, but I don't really care about my ex. Yeah. So I'll keep my ex there.
Yeah.
And I guess that works. It works in both sides of relationships.
And it depends on how you break up. Because for me, there's not an ex or a person that I've been with that I hate.
Yeah.
So we may have broken up for other reasons. It's just not practical. Or we're not in you want to relate. You want to get married soon. I've been married. Like I don't want that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm over that.
So it depends on people's state. And if you're at that stage where you're mature enough to say like, okay, you want a wife and kids, or you want a picket, you want a house and a fence, a kid and dogs in the next 2 years. All right, I'm not in that situation. Okay, cool. I don't hate you. You don't hate me, but we're just not there. I wish you well. Yeah. It's not a block thing. It might just be okay, cool. Do you know what I mean? So it depends. Sometimes it depends on how you break up. I've not had a tumultuous. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm trying to sound intelligent.
Tumultuous. What word is that?
I'm trying to sound intelligent.
Have we got a dictionary here? Because boy, I need
tumultuous. Is that the right word? Come look at the camera, man. Tumultuous. Isn't that like
tumultuous?
No. I'm saying it. The first time I said it right. Tumultuous.
That's a big word, you know, my brother.
Don't ask me how to spell it. I have no idea. If it wasn't turmoil when you broke up, then there's no reason to block, because a block seems like a hard end.
Yeah.
But then again, there's no need to text them if you don't have any purpose to text them.
See, there you go. It's
so
have you been on a block list or have you blocked?
I've blocked people.
Like exes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not exes, but situationships.
Yeah.
Because you got to see this thing. Like, I am the greatest male species. Okay. So when a girl gets into my mix, she turns quite toxic.
Yeah.
If I don't give her the ring.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
The ring, yeah?
Yeah. So it's
okay. Say no more, my brother.
No, we're not talking about pegging. So what I'm saying is, like, if it don't go to the romance and walking down the aisle, they may get a bit, artsy.
Okay. Yeah. Impatient.
So some people you have to block, and it just for my own mental health and
for your mental health.
My mental health and my physical health. You know what I mean? I don't want no bricks thrown in my direction. Is what I'm trying to say.
I hear that. Surely you knew before you got with these people that they're the
but they're the best.
They're the throwing brick kind of
people.
The
toxic ones are the best.
Yeah?
In every form.
I know at least 3 people that would agree with you with that. But you know what? Do you know what's bothering me?
Go on, talk
this
to me.
camera angle. So we're going to have to move it. We're going to have to stop and come back in.
Yeah. Do your thing. So, big man.
Yes.
Talk to me. Have you blocked any of your exes?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. And is that because of the way you broke up, or what's the purpose of you blocking them?
So I guess initially it was, how are you just getting on with your life, and your life's amazing and mine's not. That was like the initial.
So it was bitterness on your part.
Yeah, probably bitter. So that was like the initial, like. But then you know what? I feel like people are even worse. So like then people would be like, oh, did you see what happened? Oh, have you seen this? Oh, did you know they? Oh, and I'm like, brother, you know they're blocked. Why are you now telling me what's going on?
Oh, do you know what so-and-so's doing?
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about it? Did you? And I'm like, brother, but you know I've blocked. So now people are telling me that.
I saw her in this blue dress, my brother. She was looking good.
There you go. So there's people around. And obviously they don't do it intentionally, because I've done exactly the same thing to man.
Some of them do.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know if I would call them my friend if I feel like it's intentional.
Okay.
Like it might be banter-wise. They might be doing it to get a reaction. But I think once you explain to them, listen, the reason why it's like this is because I'm not dealing with it well.
Yeah.
You know them ones? But I think, like you said, over time, you kind of just let it go and it stays like that. But I've been blocked as well.
What, you tried to message and you couldn't?
No, like, I've been told, listen, you're blocked.
Okay.
You know, just, I'm going to block you. If you carry on, I'm going to block you. I'm like, what? Carry on living my life. You know what you're doing.
But that's the thing. Because if you got to block someone if they're going to do the subliminal Instagram, Facebook status quotas things. If they're doing those, it's just me and my dog, all men are dogs. Like them things, you just gotta be like.
Well, you know, innit? We see it. You know when someone's split up, because the man them, like they say, the man them are in the gym. They're in the club. Yeah. You know, everything's from that
bottles
above
popping.
Angle.
Yeah.
It's always popping.
Enjoy life.
This is my successful without you angle. And then the girls is to sit there out with their girls. They're doing slumber parties. They're really taking care of themselves. You know, they're at the spa, getting nails did. You know that one? So you see it. And I think, to be fair, either side, if you didn't agree or you're hurt by it, seeing them things makes it worse.
Makes it something else,
You know, it does make it. Or you might even be the person that initiated the split.
No, you're second guessing.
And then you're thinking, you know what? My life is going to be so much better without this person. And then suddenly, that person looks like they're living their best life. You know? And you're like, nope, I'm sticking at it.
or there's things that remind you of them, or remind you of the good times or the bad times, or you can't wear flip flops anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sound of flip flops just makes you reminisce of a previous noise you once heard. once upon a time.
You think that appeals to one person?
There might be a specific pattern in it.
No, stirring the mac and cheese and that. No,
man. Can't wash a cucumber.
Oh, jeez,
different story. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I don't know. It's my mind was just tracing. But you get it.
Somewhere else,
but you get it, though, innit?
I get it. I get it. I hear you.
Yeah. But again, so if your ex is not messaging you often, then there's no need to block. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or to be angry at your ex or your partner, your present partner, not blocking their ex. But if it's someone who's consistently like sending messages or sending like 1 o'clock in the morning, what are you up to messages, it's like, come on, you can read what's happening here. You can get the situation right. If they're getting you to do tasks, specific tasks, only you can do. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe do tasks that you did prior. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Those sort of things. If you can read through it, it's like there might be an alternative motive. So and if your partner can see that, then they're like, block him.
Yeah.
Just block her, innit? Yeah. Like.
So let me talk a little bit about something that's not real, but is kind of on the same Champion.
Yeah. Talk the thing.
You know, Champion, the series.
Yep. Solid.
Where the dad, obviously wants the ex-wife to go to Jamaica with them to bury the dad.
Yep.
Obviously, like you said, that whole situation was, they really liked you. I know we're not together, but only you can do this with me. And obviously she's in a new relationship. I know we said not really talking about people that've got children, but they didn't really have children. They've got grown adults.
Okay.
So it's not like they need to communicate for the children.
I hear that.
So like that situation, like, do you think that's a situation? Like, who's wrong in that situation, do you feel?
She's completely wrong in that situation.
You think she's completely wrong?
Just to give a caveat of the situation of the program, there's no way that brother should have been able to come in at your yard. That's what I didn't like. That's red flag number 1.
Oh, okay.
If man's not knocking on the door to come into the house and you got another man in the house, Jesus, that's the error. Second error is you go into Jamaica, flying out, spend money to what? Support him and his pops. If it was a thing where you've still got feelings for the like love and affection for the pops, then do you know what? I get it to some extent. But the way it was flown around,
it was a wrong situation.
She was defo in the wrong, and I respect the brother for when she came back to not being in the rascal yard.
Just left the ring and gone.
Left the ring and gone, brother.
She got him back in the end, though, innit? Oh, they had the little chat.
Sweet thing, innit? Yeah, they did.
Okay, but that just reminded me of the situation where you said, obviously, if they're messaging saying you're the only person that could do this for me, or but it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one.
But again,
you may still have feelings for this person and want them to do well,
but not a romantic feelings.
Love. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? In any relationship, you have to trust your partner and their judgment, and that your partner has to make you feel comfortable. If your partner doesn't make you feel comfortable in that situation, then you have to do something about it. Yeah, and vice versa. Or you need to be man enough or woman enough to say, look, I value this more than I value that. I value this relationship more than I value that relationship. So I can block them, I can delete them, or this, that, and the other. Or you may say, all right, cool, it's give me time. Like, it may be like, it's not a complete shut off, because it might be like, okay, there might be a few things that you literally need to do, you did together previously. All right, deal with those things and then come back and run the thing. Do you know what I mean? But there has to be some kind of reassurance in a relationship. If you don't trust them, they don't trust you, then you're already on rocky foundations.
Definitely.
So whether it's an ex or something else, you're already on rocky foundations. So maybe you need to deal with the foundations before you talk about anything else.
Or before you build up everything else.
Before you build it on a relation. Oh, you've still got your ex. You're still communicating with your ex. Before you build it on that, sort of foundation, because that might just be a weed in a effed up garden.
Definitely, this guy.
Metaphors never end.
Yeah. I hear you. I don't know about messed up garden. You probably could have used a better word.
I don't know.
A better descriptive word than messed up.
But I said weed and a messed up garden. Yeah, that's
you know, like you got there.
Could have been better.
Hit the home run.
Could have been better.
It's nice though. It was nice. It was nice.
It's all right.
So, are you accepting your partner conversating with their ex? Is it something you're okay with?
So I'll tell you what, me personally.
I don't mean the situation. I just mean
Yeah. Me personally.
Yeah.
If my girl is my girl.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Okay.
Love
that.
Because if I look at my gal and I feel any type of nervousness, she's not my gal.
Woo!
No matter what label you put on it, if I don't feel confident, if I look in your face, and I feel like a little air of doubt, you're not my gal. Whether we got a relationship, whether we not got a relationship, whether we got a status, or we not got a status, the reality is I don't have your heart. And if I haven't got your heart, why am I fighting like I got your heart?
This brother's
you know what I mean?
deep.
Let's be real. And if she looks at me and says, "Look, Dean,"
deep, you know.
If she looks at me and says, "Dean, I'm nervous about this, and this, that, and that," she has to ask, "Does she have my heart?" Because if she has my heart, Bonnie and Clyde in this thing for.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We'll shoot everyone up. Do you know what I mean? No, but that's the maturity level.
That's very mature.
And that may take a while.
Yeah.
That may take backseat of a car, disabled toilets, cinema, this, that, and the other, tongue down, body hole, crease eye. It might be a mad situation before it gets there. Do you know what I mean? It may take, what I'm really saying is it may take years of dating and understanding and relationships building before you get to a stance where I know I've got your heart, you've got my heart. It may take a while.
That's mature, you know. That's maturity.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's maturity.
But if you're not there, then I understand why those questions get asked.
Why? So what about the other way around? What about if a girl's saying to you, you need to delete her off everything?
Yeah.
You still feel it's the same way, or
it's exactly the same way. If I have to do that, it's because she doesn't trust me, and I haven't proven myself to her to be a person that she can trust. So doing that is one thing I can do to make her pretend like she trusts me. But the reality is, there's a deeper reality.
And there's going to be other things.
And there's going to be other things.
Like, that's just one weed in a garden.
That's correct, brother. Come on now. Let the flowers then bloom.
Nah, it's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? This is a good topic, brother. I don't know what.
To be fair, you touched it. Nah, you've held it down. You've run with it this episode.
So that's why people that's why people are vexed with them having conversations with their exes, because you haven't got their heart and they haven't got yours. So you need to get their heart first. So this is advice.
Let me sit back.
Advice.
Okay, I'm listening.
Advice.
I'm listening.
Go book a table at the Vine in Cheltenham.
Okay.
Yeah. Order some good Thai food.
Nice.
In the corner, brightly lit candles, nice little dimly lit room. Yeah. Have a mother effing conversation. What's really going on in your heart? Are we meant to be together? Are you doing things too early? Yeah, but we're too grown.
No, true.
Man's almost reaching 40, cuz. Man's touching it almost.
Tiptoes.
I haven't got time for the foo things yet. We can't be doing but I get it. If you're 20, if you're 22, if you're having those conversations, I get it, man. Like, the struggle's real until it's real. But when we're at our age, you gotta sit, look, are you mine? Am I yours? If we are, ride off into the sunset, baby.
You're talking like someone that's written a book around relationships.
What?
You know, like, you're talking like
I got a book coming soon, innit?
Or you got a book coming soon. Soon forward. Ignite for that.
I hear it. Ooh, yeah, pause on that.
Ignite. Come on, you might never read a coming, but
that's a real
for that.
That's a real thing, though. I really do think. I think relationships are built on rocky foundations, so we make excuses about every other thing when the reality is the foundation's not solid.
So if people want to take one thing away from this, it's address those foundations.
Yeah.
Because they're going to build strength.
That's how we build our kingdoms, brother. Unless you start with a foundation and get the walls up to protect who's coming in and doors to protect who can go out, everything's a shambles, cuz.
That's metaphors there.
I used to be a rapper, cuz.
We are the broken generation. Myself, Danger.
Last name Henry on all the Instagrams and that.
And we'll be black right at you next episode.
Shout out to the cameraman.